I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him.
Did y'all hear that? She said irrevocably in love with him. Hey y'all, it's Chess. This is Chesopolis, where I speed build my way through all the Sims 4 neighborhoods. And right now we're in Glimmerbrook, and I'm remaking Forks. I am doing that for Midnight Sun, which is another installment in the Twilight series, 15 or so years in the making, something like that. And it's coming out August 4th, so I decided to do a countdown to Midnight Sun, have an ode to Twilight and my new series for throwbacks. So yeah, welcome. We're doing Bella's house today, and if you loved Kirsten Stewart's hair in that scene, just the billowiness, how it falls, please give a like below. Or if you've ever been irrevocably in love with someone, or Edward or Jacob, no judgment, but I'm judging you. Go ahead and click the like button below. So yeah, we're working on Bella's house today, and it was a journey. I've probably redid this build 5 or 6 times just to get it the way that I saw it on the build plans, because I had the build plans and how I envisioned the mood to be in the movie too. It was a really fun build. Like I said, I used the house plans. It's actually, fun fact, a house you can stay in for Airbnb. So if you're ever up in the area, I think it's actually in Portland. A lot of the movie is shot in Portland, Oregon. And I've been meaning to get up there and have like a Twilight moment because I freaking love it. Clearly, I'm doing an entire build series on it, and there'll be some cast in there too. I'm making Glimmerbrook into Forks. I loved Kristen Stewart's hair in that scene. Like, I've got all the books, all of the books in the series, even the one about Bree Tanner and Life and Death, where Stephanie Meyer switches over all the genders and all these things. So I'm definitely a Twihard, definitely a fan. Read the books before I watched the movie. Well, the books were out before the movie because I was in high school when the books came out. And I saw a friend reading it in class. So I was like, what is that? Because I judge a book by its cover. And the cover just always seemed really clean and modern to me, and I loved it. And I borrowed her book, the first Twilight, and I was hooked, and I bought all the books from there. Though one of them I did buy at the airport. Not a good choice. So never buy books at the airport. Do you know how expensive they are? Absolutely not. I don't know who I thought I was, but I needed something to read, and I knew the new book had come out, but I hadn't got a chance to go to the bookstore to get it back when I used to actually frequent bookstores instead of just reading things on my Kindle like I do now. But I got it at the airport and read all of it on the plane. It was like a 4.5-hour plane ride. Read all of it, cover to cover, and started over again because that's how much I loved the book. I believe that was one of the last ones in the series that I actually bought, and I can't remember which one now at the moment. But yeah, so building her house, and as you see, it looks really big. Don't worry, you will see a huge switcheroo. I make it smaller, move it over, and make neighbor's house because she is in a neighborhood, in Charlie's neighborhood, and they do have a neighbor, though of course you never see the neighbor, but I wanted it to feel like a full lot. Using the build plans was definitely a journey to get it exactly how I wanted it, and I think this was my best version yet of the 5-6 versions I did. Unlike the Cullen house when I did it, which you will see in this series if you continue to watch it, and if you like Twilight, definitely check it out. But that build I redid about the same amount of times, but I had to take days in between because it took me hours, and it was just so stressful because I wanted to get it just right, because the Cullen house is so iconic because they spend so much time at that house. And that's also her house too. No, you cannot stay in it for Airbnb. You can buy it for thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars if you want. Okay, so here we go. You see, I made it smaller, made the neighbor's house. The neighbor's house, I believe, is a 2-bedroom with one of the rooms being above the little carport garage situation that you see right there. Yeah, I just kind of made it a cute little house. You can call for some roommates to be on the lot, or You can just leave it blank as is, make your own Sims, move them in, and have them all be part of the same household, however you choose to do it. I just wanted to feel full, and yeah, I think I got what I wanted out of that. I really kept everything real simple. I went almost to spec with the decor and the coloring of the house. I just looked at the pictures of the house from the Airbnb and just kind of went from there. I really wanted to capture the vibe. And the house is pretty much the same from the movie. Like the movie has a little bit more decor items to fill in like that character in terms of who these people are that live here, who Charlie is, since it's his house. But I did add things here and there. But the kitchen I think is probably my favorite part of the house. Well, no. I really love the living room. I loved trying to find, I wish we had this color green in a more traditional style cabinet, because they have a more traditional style cabinet, but it's an odd color. Like it is this green, and even the kind of crappy ones that we have, quote unquote crappy, the ones they don't have a color green like this, so I had to use the modern one because the green is almost the same color green as the wall, and it has some really icky old tile in it. I'm sure it's not really icky, it's just old linoleum. So I really wanted to pay homage to the home properly, so that's why I have the more modern cabinet in there, because the traditional doesn't have that color green. I work with what I got, and The Sims has its limits, and here's the dining room. I just love the flow of the house too. It's so classic, and I don't like open floor plans typically. I like old homes. But when I walk into old homes and tour them and things like that, I'm like, oh, we should blow out all the walls and keep all the crown molding. Or if it has really nice archways, I love a good archway. But it's just not my typical style. I definitely like the more open floor plan. But there's something to be said about the coziness of walls in every room and archways and everything just kind of flowing from one place to the next. It's just so, I don't know, homey and warm to me. In the original dining room, there is a hutch here in the corner. We don't have a corner hutch, so I tried to do my best with that. I still wanted to be as close to the original as possible. But here's the living room, and what I think of when I look at the living room and think about Twilight, I remember the scene where Edward comes to pick Bella up. Her dad is at the dining room table, and he's got his gun kit out, and he's cleaning his gun, and and he's like, yeah, he can come in, and he like cocks the gun, and in comes Edward, and Edward's just thoroughly entertained, because he's old as life itself, and he's having that experience with this. I would assume, I think his facial expressions, and even in the book, are interesting because he's coming at it from an age standpoint. This is a young man to him, her father, if you think about it. So I love the dichotomy of both the reactions and everything in that particular scene. And of course the stairs, which aren't super important in most homes, but those are the stairs that she ran down and slammed the door and said something about, I gotta get out of here. I can't be stuck here like mom was, or something like that, and broke her father's heart because, Edward's stupid and has humans around vampires trying to pass her off as a vampire, even though she's got a whole heartbeat and, blood pumping through her veins, but whatever. Here's Bella's room. There are some extra rooms in the house. I did add the desk because Charlie does get her a new computer, but the furniture's been there for a while. That's why I got the more traditional. His is more traditional. I gave her a walk-in closet because that's what the build plans called for, and we all know that Bella's not hugely into fashion, but what's wrong with a walk-in closet? I just wanted to keep it accurate to what the build was. And there's so much extra space in this house, and you will see that there's, I think, 2 empty rooms in the house. Those obviously can be whatever you want them to be. You can make this a full-on family house and have that be another kid's room or an office or a library, music room, however you want to do it. But yeah, From here, you just see me decorating, and thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.